Okay, folks. All right. Get ready to start this match. The lag here. Pia Filler versus April Larson. I'll get some introductions here in just a second.
Now, these ladies just played each other.
Yeah, they played last week. The biggest women's money match I'd ever seen, and I commentated that. In the booth, this is Bobby World Pro Chamber with a very special guest, folks, from St. Louis. Lou Figueroa. Oh, my gosh, the
live
legend.
in person, putting in a rare public appearance.
The legend from St. Louis. Good to have you, Lou.
Good to be here, Bobby.
I know we always see you on AZ Billiards, and we're glad to have you finally here in person.
I appreciate the invitation.
Sweat some of this action here.
Yes,
sir. Awesome. Pleasure to have you, Lou.
Thanks, Chris. All right. Well, everything cleared up. We had a lot of excitement here lately, but this is a new round of events, luckily, here. And this is the very, very first match.
Bobby, from what I've observed so far, it seems like the tables are playing very nicely.
Yeah, they are. They're 4.5-inch pocket diamonds. But here we have, there's the first break here to the very first Women's American Straight Pool Championship. It's exciting.
It's history.
4 rails with a cue ball here. Unless she holds up to the corner.
It's going to be close.
Well, I'd like to have that break every time, dude. What do you think?
She got 5 rails?
Last week when I saw her, she really hadn't been exposed to straight pool before. The first thing I showed her was the break. I guess I did a good job.
Excellent, yeah.
No, hey, well, the 8 ball looks a little low here. And from that angle, it's going to throw in. So I think she's going to find a way to play safe here. Unless the 7 goes off the 2. She called a safety.
Off the side of the rack.
Or just, 14.
No, the 14. That's a good outcome.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. Every person in the world would love to have that break shot that April hit. Well, for a girl that's never played straight pool, really, she put the break down as good as you could. Lou, I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with both these ladies. I mean, Pia's traveled the world with her husband, who's the number 1 ranked player in the world, and obviously her talent is rubbed off for sure, and her hard work. She really practices a lot.
I watched a little bit of her 9-ball match with April, and she definitely knows how to dab the ball.
And I got to tell you, April is just a sweetheart of a person. I mean, whenever they played last week, they agreed to the rules, had no confrontation or questioning, really. They just were so excited just to get rid of that great sportsmanship.
So not from the Earl Strickland school of decorum.
No, of course not. But I can tell you that they both were great sportsmen. And April's still young. I think she's only about 21 or 22. But she's going to really be around for a while. And I think she's going to be a force to contend with. She really has great fundamentals. I was impressed with her demeanor last week. Even being down a lot of games, she held it together. All right, I guess we're going to try to pocket a 3.
Whoops. I was kind of surprised she didn't go for the ball on the rail. The
7?
The 4? What is the brown ball now?
Yeah, it's the 7. It's kind of hard to see from over here, but if it's a 7 ball on the player's right rail, our left. Okay, well, Pia's here, and I think she's looking at the 3 ball here. I felt that she would run into the right side of the 12, the player's left side of 12, and now she's fell with a very tough combo.
I thought she would try to avoid contact.
Well, I don't think we're going to see a bumpless game here. They're going to run into a lot of balls.
Now it's tough to say from this angle, but can she make the 14? Is the pocket forgiving enough for that?
No, she can't make the 14, and to play a combo, she'd actually have to hit the 12 into the rail to the 14.
That would not be wise.
And she's got, I don't think she has any shot at the table unless she wants to back up to 8. And, of course, I don't think she's going to try that. Whatever it is, she's going to think it out. She's a really smart person. And her coach just happens to be the number 1 ranked men's player in the world, and he has a high run event of 212. So, and I know they played a Scotch practice round no more than a couple months ago, and they ran 2:11 between them.
No kidding.
They don't call them killer fillers for no reason at all. I'd like to play some type of safety here because I didn't hear a ball called.
It almost looks like she's going for a 1-pocket safety and to bury the cue ball into the stack, but with those 2 balls by the side pocket,
bring it back where it's at now.
That would be better.
Now,
Lou,
can she make the 14?
Yes, I think so. I think with maybe a touch of English, not a problem. She might even be able to stun the ball a bit to get a good angle on the.
Well, she's looking elsewhere, so it doesn't look like that ball's going to go. But I can tell you one thing: she's a straight shooter, and she will. If she's as aggressive in a 9-ball game of straight pool, she's going to shoot at everything. A few early jitters, maybe.
Right.
Well, folks, we're live here at Keymaster Billiards, Virginia Beach, Virginia. This is the pool room that Barry Berman built. There's legendary
pool hall mecca.
No
It's
doubt.
the first time that I've been here. I haven't been playing 9-ball in a long time, so I never came out for the big 9-ball events. But straight pool it's like catnip. I got to come out and see this.
75 pool tables in here. 75.
If you haven't been, you must come.
Folks, from time to time, we will move from a few different tables here a little bit. We have on this table, of course, Pia Filler and April Larson. The next table over, we have world champion Kelly Fisher against a living legend, Billy Billings. Then the next table over, we have Gina Atwell versus Brittany Bryant. Well, Lou, I'm not sure about the knowledge of the game for both these players. If the balls are free, they will run them out for sure.
Do you happen to know what their high runs are, respectively?
April, really, she plays a lot of rotation games. She's not a straight pool player at all. She really only had, in all fairness, basically inside of a week to try to learn what she could. I don't know about Pia's personal high. She did tell me last night she practiced a little bit and she ran a couple of 50s. And I know, like I said, I know her and Josh played a Scotch. Practice ran 211 balls. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that was on a 4 1/8 inch pockets too.
A little extra spice.
That's very difficult. Well, Lou, What do you think she's going to do here? Is she going to nip the 8 and play safe? Send the cue ball back up table?
No,
I don't
it
think
appears she's going off the 1.
Or 13? Well, the one thing you will know, not sure, I haven't much about playing a game. The first thing that her thought was is, if I'm going to play safe, I'm going to leave a lot of distance.
Right. Never a bad idea on a diamond table.
Never a good idea when you're playing a killer filler to leave them any shot.
Okay, we're off to the races here.
Does she have an open shot here? 11 ball?
The 11 looks like it passes easily, but she might even have a little angle to draw into the 14 and open those two up. I can't tell.
Yeah, I think what she better do is try to get the cue ball back up to the center of the table somehow, to where she has some options.
Right.
I don't think that's what she wanted to do. She must have been dead straight. So here she can shoot the 1 ball in elevator. She can shoot the 4 ball and not be elevated. She just like to shoot this ball straight.
Long, straight in and jacked up. Not a problem.
Well, very good shot. I don't think we have to question her ability to hit them straight. Here's a good time, I think, that she can go into the 14.
Right. That would
She
be
can do it. She can do it from the 4 or the 8.
Or the 8. You might even be able to force it from the 9. But, of course, it'd be a lot easier off the 8.
The easier one actually is off the 4, but because she could just roll it. But
We
there's no insurance
We
here.
don't all play like you, Bobby. So for some of us, it's easier off the 8.
Yeah, good try, Lou. All right. Well, she's got 2 stripes here in the center of the rack here.
Are you leaving the 4 ball, Bobby? Or are you going to try to bump out something here?
What's going to lead to anything? I mean, she's got a couple more things here. I like shooting the 13 myself and bumping the 10 over, but I don't think the advanced knowledge is quite there. Quite yet.
Well, then what's
little more seasoning here. I mean, the 9 and the 4 both are low.
Right.
So you got to figure what's going to lead her to those balls. I don't think she's thinking that far ahead right this second. I think just going to try to put some points on the board. They move. I was first told 100, then 75, and now it's 80. Okay, we're back on. I guess this is a race to 80.
That's a nice play.
I hate to go out on a limb and call anything, but anyway. Next thing is this 4 ball is going to be a little bit low, but it's workable. Now, folks, you'll notice the 4 ball on our left side of the table from where I angle the player's right. Lou, typically when you're playing straight pool, being a right-handed player, you'd want the ball on the other side most of the time, correct?
Correct.
So,
Absolutely.
so you can reach it, right?
Right. It's a little easier. You don't deal so much with leaning out.
But she got the ball up toward the side pocket. She will have no problem reaching.
Right. She's going to be shooting from the end of the table as opposed to, you end up closer to the rail, the side rail. You got a lot more of a complicated stance.
Well, if she can get into the 11 ball here in the rack after shooting the 4, I think she's going to be fine.
Do you follow this, Bobby, or do you draw off the side?
There's no doubt in my mind I've got to try to go into this 11 ball with some draw. Unless the 4, if the 4 is dead square even to it from this angle, because it's not quite parallel, the cue ball is on the inside of the 4. You might have to go one rail into the 2 ball just to try to get some separation. It's going to be the player's thought here. I mean, drawing into the 11, she can actually draw underneath and not hit anything, so you got to be a little careful. And for a right-handed player, bottom right is much easier to hit than bottom left, which she's doing. See if she can get that 11 ball.
Exactly as you predicted, yeah.
Yeah, the problem was I saw that ball being low. And the 9 ball in that rack, Lou, was actually even lower, which was on the other side of the table. So she's going to hit the center ball, push the ball to a rail, and just stick her at the top. She's got to make sure that she drives the ball to a rail. There was no problem there. She killed it. And then next incoming player. He had McDonald's Ubered in. What a crazy guy.
It's a delicacy. It's a delicacy, an American delicacy. Of course he did it.
Sorry, folks. I had to crack on Joshua Filler for a second. The last couple of weeks I've been around him. This guy is in love with McDonald's, and he brings his own ketchup, curry ketchup from Germany. And he just had McDonald's Ubered to the pool room. He looks like he has a buffet out in front of him. He weighs about 125 pounds soaking wet.
That's about your fighting weight, isn't it, Bobby?
125? No, Lou, I'm only 270, so I doubt that. Now, last week when I broadcasted about McDonald's and curry ketchup, I think McDonald's should have thrown me a bone because I think everybody was going to McDonald's and everybody was trying to figure out on Google what curry ketchup was. So people are going to the German stores looking up curry ketchup. The number one player in the world is eating McDonald's and eating this special curry ketchup from Germany. So he made me try it. In the first taste of it, okay. The second taste, I passed. I couldn't eat it anymore.
It warms up?
No, it was just really so bland.
Oh.
Yeah. But he said he goes to a bottle every 2 days. All right. So for y'all out there, look up German curry ketchup and McDonald's chicken nuggets, and maybe you'll run 212 balls.
If it would do it, if it worked, I'd definitely be on the diet.
All right. She's going to put her back in the pack somehow.
Put her back in the stack. Or no. She knows the little one pocket.
Well, knowingly that she'd have to play a combo, maybe, unless this ball gets to the rail. Lou, can she make the 7 ball?
No, not from there, I don't believe.
Do you think she's going to roll a 6 in there?
I think she's going for the 6.
Is the 11 ball combination on? How would she get to it anyway?
Can't get to it.
Not from the 5.
No, not from the 13. Oh, that's the 5.
let me tell you something. That's a great shot for her and a great start. And Lou, I don't want to put anything out on a limb, but this girl shoots very straight. And when the balls are open, not saying she's going to do it now or later, but she really can put some balls down.
She's going to get them all, huh?
No, I'm not really sure, but if there's any loose balls in here, she doesn't really have any straight pull background. She's going to start picking them off. Well, she fell a little flat in this ball early here.
She might have just enough angle to go forward to the rail and spin out.
Well, if she does, well, if she go to the 7 ball, that's the only ball that's available if she gets to the top.
I was thinking to the 2.
Well, you think she's going to put her 9 ball in action and bank to 12?
You know, sometimes you're just feeling it.
She's a little upset. She's going to collect her thoughts. She's very smart for her age. She's really going to think this out a little bit.
See, I'd like for her to spin out the rail, get the 2 out of the way of the 10, in case she needs that to break up the balls. That middle cluster. She's banking.
She's trying to talk herself out of it.
She wants to go?
I think she's going.
No, fooled us all. I think, given the outcome, she should have banked the ball.
You know, you would have had to break my knuckles for me not to shoot that bank because she just needed to get some points on the board. They're going to wait till the end of the rack to post their scores. Okay, folks, I got to check in with something here. The players have decided that they're going to keep their score at the end of each rack instead of each turn. Well, there's finally an opening here for a few balls. She might try to go into these three.
I think she's going to go into them, right? But the outcome is uncertain. She goes into them. That was a good way to do it.
Well, with her speed, you would think that she's played some straight pull there. She hit the right part of that ball, too.
Right.
Now, here's the part that I predicted when these balls are free. April knows how to get the balls off the table. She shoots really straight.
15 looks a little low for a break ball.
Yeah, I don't think she's really concerned about that. I think she just wants to get these points on the board. really hard to tell what's going to happen. I guess we'll know in a few more shots.
She's got a lot of options here as far as bumping balls and, well, no, reduced her options a little bit here.
Her angle's a little funny here. It's,
Exactly.
it's hard to go backwards, but you can go forward.
I think, well,
Unless you, that's a long ways to punch it to get it to come back out for the 5.
I think she
Yeah, I didn't like
considered
that.
drawing that ball 2 rails.
Now she's forced to shoot the 5 up in the corner. Well, she hit it.
Nicely done.
Yeah. The claw's fairly new. 4.5-inch pockets. They took it with some ball speed there. Now she would have hit the left side, the point. That ball wouldn't have gone in, I don't think. But the side rail was forgiving. I think she's thinking about the 12 ball. If she's have any thoughts for a break shot, unless the 15 is a possibility.
Right. 12 to the 1. She's going to take the 15. That's all she's got.
Oh, what does she have now?
Not so much.
Does she gotta look up table, or can she make the 1 ball?
I think she can make the 15. I think she just takes them and plays safe and leaves the cue ball at the other end. I guess she's got enough of the 1.
Well, she punched it out, and she's on the board here. And if the ball is in the rack, then it's going to come down. It's going to spot on the other side.
I think it's out of the rack, but
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
think
be
she
tough
was
to,
worried here
get
that
much
it was in.
movement on the rack.
Yeah, she's way away from it. Well, she got some of it.
That's about the most she could have gotten. That 4 ball was going to come out.
Does that 4 ball have a chance here, Lou?
It's got a marginal chance with a lot of spin, I think. I don't think I would.
So you don't think she made it clean? If she can go into the 11 and 2 here.
That was the shot.
How about that? Well, you know, for a person that plays straight pool, that was a very intelligent shot.
That was a smart move. I like it.
Yeah, folks, we've got 3 tables with the ladies playing right here. All of them have cameras on them. If we get a chance, we'll rotate between a few. We were going to do it just now, but the other 2 tables, one's a fresh rack and the other one is unsure, so we'll tune into some other ones too.
I think she may have left the 9.
Stick between the two stripes on the back here, the 15 and 11. Oh, careful. Okay, she's okay. Unless something lined up for the 2 ball.
It does not look on to me.
It's very interesting. April Larson's nickname.
Yes.
The Grinder.
The Grinder.
She has it on her beautiful pool case, and she is the Grinder.
Did not know that.
And when I told her about her nickname, I said I wouldn't want to, myself, I'd like to be a front runner. I don't want to have to grind back. But that just goes to prove that that name, really, if you think about it, she never gives up. And you can never give up in pool.
See her go to the end rail here and back. Or she could just leave it at there.
Well, she will be making contact, too. Well, the Grinder hit another good safety. She's put P in a little harder spot than what she was in before to play safe.
Now, does Pia also have a nickname?
Killer Filler.
Oh.
Her and Josh both are.
I thought that was the corporate name. Killer Fillers.
Yeah, no, they just always both have mass advertised the Killer Fillers.
So is she Killer 1 or is she Killer 2?
I think they're both equal, but I don't know. After I saw how she played last week, it's hard to tell. But I'm gonna start calling Josh the Joshua Curry Ketchup Filler. That run he had of 212, it was unfortunate. He got stuck up to the side of a ball with all the balls open. He had a ball up table. An absolute impossible cut. And it was, cutting, with 3 balls in the center of the back rail, and he sliced it over and hung in the hole. I thought maybe a good idea would be to hit that 6 ball up there, but the only thing I see is she turned it back around the other way and hit the 14 and send the cue ball to the bottom rail somehow. What do you think, Lou?
I think she can come off that 5 ball.
It's actually a 7 ball, yeah.
That's right. It looks orange to me. See it, I see it. I'm having cataract surgery in a few weeks.
That's your excuse.
I'm a pool player. I gotta have a story.
Hey, listen, Efren had it and he loved it. And Nick Varner had it and he loved it. Tiger Woods had it and he loved it. So why not?
Seems like the balls are lined up well enough that you could go straight into that 13 and just stop it there.
I think he's just trying to get the cue ball back to the back rail again somehow like this, but she opened up a few. She left the cue ball in a tough spot, but I can tell you one thing. The Grinder will be shooting this 5 ball.
Easy safety off the 2.
Well, I could be wrong. Maybe she's going to shoot and stop. Okay. Well, she's showing patience.
The one pocket player in me sees a kick combo that had been available, but
I don't think Pia's going back to her strategy. She's going to try to have the pack block so she doesn't leave a 2 opening. Cue ball back rail and try to block it where she don't. April won't have the 2 ball. She put that in a good position.
Yep.
So April had a choice. She can go ahead and go for the 5. She can go for the. She can't shoot the 3. The 2's in the way. These balls are starting to open up, so these players are going to have to start shooting at their hole.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to take
Or
a
a
shot
hole.
here.
Yeah, I agree.
She gave it the college try.
Lou, does this 3 ball have a way of going in here?
I don't think so. Even if she got as far over to the side as possible to give herself an angle, it's too tight a squeeze. I think she was trying to maneuver to get a break off the 12 ball, but now she's maneuvering to get the 14. Well, she's running out of options.
Running out of balls here, yeah.
Getting these balls open.
Yeah, we used to call it just picking the rack, putting some score ups. I think she's going to shoot the 14 and see if she can barely clip the
Just clip the 8.
8, yes.
Just clip the 8
Push
enough
the
to
8.
get the 1 out.
That's right. Get the 1 down to the back rail.
Nope.
Well, now what?
I think we're back to safety land. Both these women going to participate in your Legends of Pocket Billiards event?
Pia is. She said she wanted to come over for the women's division. Our Legends of Pocket Billiards, when we're having the straight pool end of it, it will be women and men, not just men. Make sure we get that clarified. And we have some qualifications for the men, not so much for the women. As you know, we have a committee that votes for the players. I'm not doing it by myself. There's 5 of us.
Have you established a starting date yet for that event?
It was November 1st. It looks like November 2nd. I'm going to be announcing more information. I'm thinking we're going to do it probably, maybe even tomorrow. We had an initial player that was scheduled for the 1st, and it looks like that player might be moving to around the 8th or the 9th. We have another player that's coming in because of schedule conflicts here, and that's about 95% confirmed right now, Lou. And when we confirm it, everybody's going to want to tune in for this, because I assure you the player that we have coming in when we announce this is a doozy.
I would agree.
I would say it goes viral. I would say it goes viral, and we're both dying to let the news out.
It shall not pass my lips, but I'm dying to say something.
Yeah, it's a doozy. Boy, I'm excited. And this works out too. We're gonna have him do an exhibition the day before for our private club for the members. And what's nice is that the Virginia with pool right now is on fire. I mean, we have the best straight pool tournament that's going on right now. This tournament is sanctioned by the WPA, so this is definitely a prestigious title to have. Ooh, tough shot.
I just didn't think she could do it. It just wasn't right.
A little more left. And then following this event, we have the International, which actually starts Sunday. They have a walk and one pocket division.
Oh, really? I thought it started Saturday. No?
Was it Saturday? Well, the one pocket division's first. Then they're having a 10 ball on a 10-foot table, a Bigfoot challenge table. And then both of those are 1,000-hour entry fee tournaments. And then they have the International, which I think they cut off at 128 players. Somebody had said earlier. I'll try to confirm that. That's Pat Fleming's tournament, and Pat is doing it in the Sheraton at the Norfolk Waterside Hotel. Beautiful hotel, right on the water. And that's the same place that the U.S. Open had run at. The U.S. Nine-Ball Open up until the unfortunate passing of Barry Berman. And then Matchroom Sports took over the U.S. Open 9-ball, and then it's been in Las Vegas, and then it had COVID, and then, of course, Atlantic City. Been very exciting. I mean, the next tournament for these players is just a 10-minute drive away.
I believe Pat has Mark Olson coming in to do commentary. I ran into Mark a few days ago, and he was packing up his gear so that he could do commentary, and if the opportunity arose, do some clinic work with the players that were interested in some of his instruction.
Okay. Well, after a few weeks of commentary, I'm going to take a week off. I've been wanting to do an event for, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many decades. And just the setting of doing it in a pool hall, just for me, just wasn't it. And I've been in ownership of 3 pool halls in my life. You just have players walk in front of shots, and so too many things that are going on. And we have a private facility now that I'm involved in. I'm one of the pros there in Alexandria, Virginia. It's actually a secured building. You actually got a key code to get in, and it's lovely. It's a members-only place, and
I've seen
the players are so
That's
respectful
nice.
there.
That's
I mean,
nice.
it's called Streetlights Billiards Academy. I want to give a shout out to Deion Chapman, the owner. He's really, you talk about a person who loves pool. This guy is obsessed with pool. he got so obsessed when COVID happened. He couldn't stand not playing pool every day. He opened his own place, and he opened one up fast. So shout out to them, and that's where our events are exclusively at. We have one of our players here from Streetlights Billiards Academy, our Lady Pro, Bethany Sykes. Shout out to her. She is in the women's division playing. Good luck to her. She's another person who really hasn't played any street pool. She just come off as second place and finished in the Virginia State 9-ball tournament. So we just had the Virginia State 9-ball. This tournament here, the American 14-1, Pat's tournament, and basically
an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, and
here
then
on the East Coast.
Yeah, and then a one-day break, and then it's right to the Legends of Pocket Billiards. And some of the players are actually traveling to Roanoke, to Shane Wolford's pool room. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. Something Den, but anyway, it's that's coming up also the following week.
And what event is that? What format?
I think it's a 10-ball event. He's a nice young and up-and-coming guy. He's a good guy. He's him and his father are trying to do a lot for pool. I know they just had my good friend Nick Varner there for doing some clinics, and shout out to Nick. Nick is coming to our facility the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for clinics. Legendary is not even a word. What a great player.
He's one of those guys that has just an innumerable number of 100-plus ball runs.
Well, if you tune in, Lou, to the Legends of Pocket Billiards, and anybody out there, you scan through, we're starting to get a lot of content on now, but if you scan through the videos, I did do a live call with Nick on the phone, on the other line, and he let everybody know about that. And Nick has never tried to chase any, I'll make it clear, he never tried to chase any high runs, ever, Moscone or Cranfield or anybody. He just said that he mentally had taught himself, mentally and physically, to try to run 150 and quit, because that's all the tournaments ever went to. Amazing the few times that he did let loose in practice. His high run is 337, and amazingly, he did it twice, the same number. And if we have time at our event, Lou, Nick has gratefully accepted a challenge with me to play a race to 200 if we have time, if the table's open. So, Nick, if you're listening, pack a lunch. You might need it.
Or at least some,
I might need a sleeping bag, too, though.
Curry ketchup.
Oh, my goodness.
Bring the curry ketchup.
Yeah, I got to go for that. Okay. One ball in the corner maybe here.
Yeah. Nice, the way she went into those.
That's what you can look at, babe, be honest with you. A few of the matches that have all right, sorry folks, back here. All right. Lou, I think it's going to go 15, then to the 9 on the bottom rail. She's got to decide if she's gonna do here. I always don't really like bumping balls, but she's got the 12-ball up table. She shoots straight. That's a break ball. Why would you want to? I don't think she should shoot it, but she's trying to put points on the board here.
I watched some of the Filler Pagalion, and Joshua certainly has no problem bumping balls around. He seems to almost favor moving things around, so that he gets great outcomes. I mean, you can't argue with his outcomes.
He reminded me of Lupatera. And the way I think the new format should be for guys like that shoot that fast, they should call 2 balls at a time, because sometimes after they hit the first ball, they pocket the second ball before the first ball makes it in the hole. He shoots so fast. Okay.
Is she going to play the combo?
No.
Doesn't look too bad.
I think she's going to shoot the 13. She's looking at trying to find a way to get to the 3 ball in the other corner. So typically a lot of players may shoot the 13 and then run up to the 10, get straight in, roll down to the 3, and that's going to open it up. But
she's got 2 problems to deal with here. She's got to start working on the combination.
Well, she's got 3 problems that she's going to eventually face as a break ball. And
There's no break ball.
Well, the 9 ball is in position, but I don't know if she's going to realize that yet. Well, just wants to. Where's the cue ball going? Well, she's staying away from the problems, and I guess she's going to deal with them at the end.
The problem with that is you run out of airspeed.
She's putting numbers up, though.
She is.
This is just a race to 80.
Okay, that was nicely done. Take care of problem number 1.
We'll have been following that. Anyway,
Well, there's an opportunity to put the 4 on the side and take care of those 2 balls that are tied up.
I think she's shooting a 13 and just going to keep on pecking at the rack.
Keep on.
She can cut this ball in from there.
But then her next shot would be uncertain.
Well, like you said, she's running out of things to do here. I mean,
she's trying to bump the 2 ball into position. That is really tricky from here.
I don't know if she can hit the cue ball, come back up and hit it, but even at that, I mean, if not, where's she going to have a break shot at, or even a next shot anywhere?
Well, she's actually manufactured a break shot of sorts. Leaving the 2 ball and coming off the end rail.
Can she cut this 2 ball in now? And then go up and down around the table for the 4 rails for the
as straight as she shoots, I
for
think
the 10.
She'll go for the 4. Nicely done.
Did it look like that ball was just hanging in the hole?
Yeah, like it was a hanger.
Now.
She got a little straight on this
Yes,
ball.
Lou, I agree.
So,
And you got the rack in the way, too. So.
But she's going to drop backwards.
No, she doesn't necessarily have to shoot the 2-ball when the rack comes up either. She can play safe.
Well, now she's considering the 2.
I like rolling this ball all the way to the back rail, and then you can shoot the 2 and cut it in and go 1 rail into the side of the stack on the left side or right side. It would be. So trying to get this ball.
I think that's her best option.
And she can follow this ball into. She should roll this ball all the way to the back rail as far as she can. That's not enough. That's not enough. She might be able to cheat the pocket a little bit here, maybe, and go 1 rail to the corner ball. We're going to find out soon.
Do not advise trying to cheat these pockets.
No. She hit that 4-ball well. That was really good.
I play on a table like this at my home room, and shout out to Teachers Billiards in St. Peter's. And you don't win when you try to cheat the house.
Well, I'm just looking at the angle. She does got a little bit.
She puts any speed on it, she misses the stack.
The one thing I want to mention, though, she got through that rack of balls.
Yes.
And she put points up.
So she's elevating. Did she call the safe? She must have called the safe.
She did. Now, this has always been look at where the cue ball is. This has always been the funny thing to me. Is once the balls are racked on a table,
right,
putting the rack back on the table and re-rack them has always been kind of weird to me. How do you feel about that? Because there's movement. There's movement.
I think it's the only fair thing you can do for the incoming player. Otherwise, if there's any kind of gap between the head ball and the rest, it's really kind of makes an ugly situation even uglier and somewhat unfair.
It's sort of like the player is not sure if the ball's in the rack and they pull the rack out and hold it over top of the balls, or kind of is one thing, but I've seen people actually try to lay the rack on the table. Such a gray area there, but as long as it don't really hurt anything. Be careful of the cue ball here. Be careful of the cue ball.
She's okay. No, she's
Oh
not.
my goodness.
I thought she was.
All right, well, here's the thing. They're keeping a score at the end, but this is going to be a -1. We're going to make sure that we hold that for the players' thoughts. So April's actually at 20, so we'll correct that score if it's not caught at the end of the rack.
Now, this is one of those situations where you're glad to be back at the table, but you're looking at either the 8 or the 12, and
No, it's got to be the 12.
well, right. But what I'm saying is that it's a tester.
Nothing's easy.
It's a tester.
We know you would shoot the
Oh,
4-way combo off the
No.
the 3 off the 1, right?
I'd walk right up and slam in the 12 ball, not give it a second thought. Mm-hmm. She's giving herself a kind of shallow angle here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that straight in.
And,
You're right. And look at the result. She should have.
She should have given herself a little more angle.
Yeah,
maybe.
because she could have gone into a couple balls there and got some movement. Now she's forced to play safe again. And she can't reach it. You know, what do you think about her nipping the 2 ball? She's looking at leaving up table. She would leave a back cut on the 4.
No, can't get to the 2 ball.
Well, she can nip the 7 in.
I've learned that is the 7 ball. And I don't know. She can kind of clip this ball. This is pretty awkward to get the right speed on it and all stretched out like that. Well, that worked out.
Wow, did it.
A little bit further,
Really did.
she sells out the 3. bad. Yeah, it looks like she's going to pay the side pocket a visit.
Hmm.
No.
I draw back and put her in the rack again. Well, I guess that works. But
Maybe
that 3 ball might be slightly off to the 1. Can you see this angle?
the 3 looks like it'll go.
She's not even looking there. I think she's looking at shooting the 15 and sticking
maybe
the cue ball, maybe.
We're not seeing I'm not seeing the angle right, but to me it looks like she's got plenty of room to pass the 4 and not.
Well, shooting the
one into
15 on the
play.
side isn't going to do any good.
No.
I mean, so she's learning to play safe.
Surprised Pia didn't shoot it earlier. Maybe the pocket wasn't available.
Well, she's kind of tied those balls up now.
Okay, well done. Starting to look like a 1 pocket game.
Hmm.
Just going to draw the cue ball back or stick it against the side of that ball, yeah.
Well, the 1 ball came out a little bit here. Give me a thin cut here.
That's beyond thin.
Well, I think she's going to shoot something here. I don't think she's going to play safe. But
She-
she
yeah,
did
she's-
pass on that cross-side bank
She's
before.
she's going to play another save. Seems to be content leaving the cue ball on the end rail. No,
She called it in the corner.
she called the cut.
So this cue ball's going to go straight toward the 8 in the top part of the pack unless she hits inside English.
Forgot it.
Can you believe she overcut this ball?
You wouldn't want to bet on
And
that
she
one.
busted them wide open.
All right.
I would not have bet that she would have overcut it.
Time to get on the highway and run around the table. And once again, there's just really not an ideal break ball that's been left.
Mm-mm. Well, the important thing is she has, a 13-point lead.
She
And
can-
the balls are open. She can clear these out. I
She
mean,
can take that 8 on the side and take care of those problem balls at the far end of the table right away.
yeah, all you talking about the 9 and 15. That's a good
Yes.
thought. She's still got a problem with the 2 and 11, too.
She can deal with that off the 11.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I always tell people clear one half of the table, then come to the other half, so you're not shooting any long shots. And you want to, where the rack would come in the next rack, so you certainly want to try to, use shoot those balls last. And she's in a position here where she's not sure what she's going to do. If she can't formulate a break ball here, my opinion would be leave these balls and clear the table.
Right, she could shoot the 3 and take care of the problem down there off the 11. I think she's perhaps realized she doesn't have a good break ball, so she's going to go for 14 of them.
There's nothing wrong with that. Well, I mean, the 4 balls, 2 balls high, but it's
How do
possible.
you get on it?
Well, I
How
mean,
do you reliably get on it?
right now we know it's going to be a move ball up table because she's clearing all these balls down here. Put his hands on the other person. We're off.
Hey,
Hello, yeah.
yeah, we're still live. Okay, there seems to be another issue in the pool room, and Bobby has gone off to investigate. This is a primo opportunity to take care of those 2 balls tied up off the 2. I think going into the 9 ball, you want to make sure you bump it hard enough to come off the side rail. Increasing your odds of having a follow-up shot. Just like that.
Put the 9 on the side and come down the table.
9 on the side, but she's lining up the 4, it looks like.
4, yeah.
But, she's got that obstructing ball that's going to come into play with her making a bridge, so I don't know how much she's going to commit to that. There's nothing wrong with going to the 9 right now. There's just an endless number of things you can do with the cue ball off that ball. So I'm guessing she's leaving the 4.
She took the 9 route, huh?
She did.
She took the 9 route. Looks like she's going to go for the 4 now. Bottom left-hand corner.
Nope.
Come around 2 rails for the 11. Was that the 15? What is it?
I don't think she'll go 2 rails.
She's going to come back.
Just
Just
one
tap
rail.
in.
Just tap in. Is that for public dissemination? No. Okay, never mind. It all comes out eventually.
Chris, you okay over there?
I'm all right. I'm enjoying this beautiful match that's going on right now.
Okay, I'm back,
she
guys.
tried to do a lot with that shot.
Sorry, guys. I had to step away for a second. Much excitement in these rooms. Chris, can we move to table 25 for a minute here?
Just for a minute. Let's check
Sure.
it out. Let's check it out.
We're going to move her here. The names are wrong, but this is going to be Janet Atwell and Brittany Bryan. Janet's at the table. We'll go over here for just a minute while our tables just have a full rack of balls.
Well struck.
Oh, okay. So we got the... Okay, well, the scores are right here. We're going to watch this for just a minute or two. And then over here, Janet Atwell's from Virginia. Brittany Bryant, I think she was from Canada or something, but I'm not really sure. Up that way. And then we'll tune in to make sure we get all the ladies on the TV just a little bit here. We have world champion Kelly Fisher playing literally a legend of the game from years back, Billy Billings.
Where's Billy from?
She's in New York.
New York. That's right. I
Yeah.
knew that. I knew that somewhere in the back of my mind.
If I looked right, I can see her playing. I think she's even still got her old Malabuska she's playing with.
That's what it looks like.
And I was expecting she had that made for her.
Oh, no kidding. Original equipment, huh?
That's what it looks like. All right, folks, we are back to our match here with Pia Filler and April Larson. April at the table.
Boy, that combo looks enticing. I'd have a hard time passing that up.
Well, you know, her logic for this match has been distance. But with 6 that close to the rail, if the 7 goes, she has a good chance to take the 6, shoot the 7, get a couple balls loose, and basically about. So you can start smelling the finish line here.
Oh, shoot.
Very uncharacteristic.
Now, do you try to go into the balls right off with this ball, or do you
Well, they're actually
maneuver a
6.
little bit?
She can't make the 6, so
No, off
off the 5.
the 5 ball. She can catch a
If
little bit of the
the
1.
cue ball is more to the rail, and I knew I could avoid the 7, then I wouldn't mind going into the
She can
1.
avoid it. It's close, but she can avoid it and hit the 1 ball and then come out to the middle of the table, leaving the 6 ball as her insurance
I'm
ball.
not sure if the 7 passes the 8 here.
It's close.
Yeah, I would shoot the 5 and draw back, get to the 7, and then bust them out and create a break shot. And I have the 6 as a backup.
She's okay, I think.
Yeah, I think the 7 will go past the 6.
Right. You know, the only thing is with these tables, these particular tables, is that even though it looks like you've got a workable amount of pocket to work with, you've got to be very accurate. You can't take it for granted.
Well, she shoots straight enough.
Yep.
You know, I think she fell a little short here. I really think that she should have hit that ball a little harder and come up higher. Because she's left herself in a position where she can really only play 2 balls for the next 2 shots.
She's going to go into the balls here. She's going to spin the cue ball off the side of the rail, and go into the balls.
Well, either way, she should have tried to bounce up a little higher.
Yes,
She
of
shoots
course,
the 6
yes.
or the 8
Give
either
it.
way.
Granted, absolutely. Shout out to Dennis Walsh. a supporter, turning up in Chicagoland.
Oh yeah, I met Dennis years ago at the World Straight Pool Tournament.
He's a dyed-in-the-wool aficionado and ran the Derby, the DCC Straight Pool Challenge for many years.
Well, that was an unwilling task. He spent a gazillion hours doing that.
Oh, endless working hours.
With not much reward for sure. He was a hard worker.
Just his love of straight pool.
Actually, Bill Maropoulos too is a guy I know from the past, and him and
Right.
Dennis ventured that together, and then Bob Jewett jumped in.
Yes.
You know, three guys that love straight pool.
And then his name escapes me. He goes by Elvis Cash on the groups, but he was technical assistance, and he helped make that happen too. So a shout out to him.
In essence, one of the events for the Legends Pocket Billiards, there's going to be many things we're doing, not just straight pool, but one of it, in essence, is kind of a high run challenge. Looking forward to it. Lou, what do you think?
Absolutely. And if you love straight pool, if you love 14-1, why wouldn't you be all over that? Just looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a free live stream, too. Unedited. No commercials.
Stop it, Bobby. Stop.
I mean, what more would you want? It's free.
Don't go there.
Oh, I meant no harm.
No harm, no foul.
Looks like a late night, fellas.
You had a late night and all-nighter, Chris, so I don't need the details, but I know you love Virginia Beach. I know that.
Yes.
A lot of different ways to entertain yourself in Virginia Beach.
All the perfect ways to entertain yourself.
In a past life, I visited Norfolk Naval Station and spent a week here.
Well, the next event is in Norfolk.
You know, Volvos are really nice, man.
I'm sorry?
Volvos, yeah. Volvo.
I'll take your word for it, Chris.
I seen one last night. Drive by, pretty cute.
That was pull-ups and sit-ups for you all night.
Had a one-pocket game all night.
Gentlemen.
Okay, here we go. She may try to draw into the rack here, Lou.
That's a nice stroke. A little unlucky catching the 10 first.
Well, you know, not so much unlucky. She can get back to that 10 again. I think she should try to pick some balls off here. And, you know, I really don't like going into shooting the 1 right away. I mean, she needs to, you know, try to clear some balls. I don't know if the 8 ball goes in the side or not, but I'd like for her to go from the 9 to the 8 or the 9 to the 2. Or even 9-1 and get straight a bit. But at least get
9-1
closer.
all day long.
At least get closer.
It's natural to the 10.
And the only thing for sure is when she shoots this, she will not have, if she hits it into the pack from the angle from the 10 and goes into the balls and goes to the back rail, she's got no insurance. She'll be shooting a long shot. Now she should have bumped that into the rail. This ball's going to hit pretty weak.
It's not going to do much.
You know, she's not even looking that she can shoot the 2 ball and come back now also, but
Just looking at that 10.
yeah, she did.
With that little.
We should always look around at every ball just to have an idea what's going on.
Could
Yeah,
Not much.
I agree.
Not much
Get a
movement
better
here.
angle.
And like I said, if she ends up on the back rail, what insurance does she
Yep.
have?
Yep.
She shoots straight. I'm telling you, I think she might even shoot this 14 ball without any hesitation.
What do you think? Side pocket?
No.
No. Long distance.
Straight ahead.
If she can get in the corner, that's a straight angle. She won't want to cut at this. How'd she hit it?
On the roll.
Well, you know, Lou, she's got. I have a feeling she's going to bump a break ball out of position here and not have.
It's a real good match.
This was the highlight of match, folks. We're not streaming just for one player. We're streaming for multiple players, and this decision was made through the tournament director, Peter Burrows, and Upstate Allen staff. We got two great players here.
There's nothing not to like about this match.
I agree.
Ooh, nice attempt. Ooh.
She had the right idea, and she lifted her head when she shot that ball.
She had absolutely the right idea. She just might not have had enough experience to know how to hit it.
You know, she was excited, but, you know, if she made the ball, she still would have had to come with the 8 ball, which was pretty tough, too.
Right.
Well, you know, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, what ball do you shoot first, you know? It seems like you want to clear one side of the table and go to the other. If you shoot to 12, what do you have next? I mean, I really like going from the, no matter what, going from the 8 to the 13, because 13 is so close. And the 2 and the 12 leading to the 13 is like impossible.
It looks to me like the 13 may interfere with the rack. So.
Well, you know, what they can't. I mean, what a stroke that was.
Very nice.
What a shot she made.
Very
Fantastic.
Nice.
Good
She's straight
shot.
in, but boy, that was a hell of a stroke.
You know, you can't quite see on the stream, folks, and we can barely see, but there is a little teeny chalk line on the table where the rack would be at. It's not drawn out, but you would have to see it. How'd she hit this, Lou?
Perfect.
Well,
That's a beautiful stroke.
anybody with a question, this girl can't play. They shouldn't be. That's 2 great shots in a row. And she's got to come with another one here.
She must have a clear plan. It looks like she's going backwards, so maybe the ball will spot at the other
Well,
end.
she needs to get a little more than center across.
Right.
And she got a little more than center across.
You got a lot more than center.
Yeah, I think they might even ask for a ruling here on racking these balls here.
It's got to interfere with any kind of rack.
They're going to ask Carl. I think they're going to ask Carl Kanslowitz, the tournament referee, to rack the balls. Or is they're calling it in the rack?
How do you feel about these diamond racks?
They're really fat.
Okay, that was my point. That's what I was trying to take you to. Yeah, they are big. They take up a lot of real estate, especially with those points.
We're going to update a score yet? Well, she's got to reach for the shot. First tough thing. They are playing all ball fouls.
Wouldn't you just automatically go for the safety off the 2 head balls there?
No, I would shoot at this ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. To what outcome?
2 rails into the pack.
No.
Well, sure.
No.
She almost got there. Now you can play the safety. I'm not a defensive mechanic, Lou. I'm offense only. I leave that to your one pocket geniuses.
No, I just didn't see the 2-reel shot into the stack. I didn't think she could get there. If it had been me, I would have gone into the.
I might even shoot the 15. I might even shoot the 15 with high left and bank it 1 rail up table. Who knows? I'm crazy.
No.
She's going for that 4-rail safe again. 3-rail safe. And she checked up short. Just 10 balls open. Here's a good chance for Pia. Just
an excellent opportunity.
Yeah, just to roll this ball in. She can hit the 10, go 1 rail to where about the 11 is. She's got the 15 as insurance. She could possibly get 2 or 3 balls loose here too, without even having to hit it hard. All right, just as such, but well, advances. My thoughts get crazy sometimes. I'm thinking already. Find a way to break those balls out and don't touch that 4. I just never believe in ever bumping my break ball. It's like lock that in jail for a little while.
You obviously have a crystal ball that most of us do not possess.
Yeah, I don't like touching the break balls. I'm going to tell you one thing. She's got to go into the stack here. She's going to use that 4, but she's going into it. You can look at her stroke here.
Okay, she's going to have a good outcome.
A little tricky.
A little tricky, but not horrific.
Can she make the 5?
Yeah, I think she can. No, maybe not.
Can she make
really
the 7?
Close.
If not, she's got to shoot a 3.
She's got to shoot the 3. That's what I was looking at right off the bat.
I'm sure she looked at both of those balls.
She overcut it. Shoot.
Yeah, she's frustrated. All the time I've been around them, I've only seen her frustrated twice. So it's a lot of pressure. You're playing on the
right.
video, the TV table. Your first big straight pool tournament.
It's not so easy.
I think April handles a little pressure well at all times. Lou, if she has a chance to catch up in this match, she is running out of time. She better do it now.
I think the preconception is that it's just a massively cool thing to be on the streaming table, but it's a double-edged sword. There's the potential for glory, but you can also end up being the GOAT. It's just, and I don't mean it in terms of the greatest of all time.
You can be the Billy Goat. Be careful.
Be the Billy Goat, yeah.
Be like me to be the Hillbilly Goat. All right. Well, again, she fell funny on the 7 ball. Here's a chance when she's got an open table, get 6, 7 balls, try to come up with a game plan. She's got to get this ball out in the open somehow to get a shot.
You don't draw into those 3 balls that are lined up?
She was straight to it. I mean, she didn't
quite
have the
angle.
She's looking now where she's going to be forced to play the 8 ball up in the corner or the 5 in the side, which I don't like any shot over 4 foot long.
I think part of it too, Bobby, is that you and I are old 14.1 dogs, and so it's just second nature to us to see certain patterns, and that comes with seeing a lot of patterns and seeing a lot of bad outcomes.
Well, I mean, one of the first things that was told to me when I started playing a little straight pool, I was lucky enough that Wimpy told me something. When I was like 16, just before Wimpy passed away. He says, "Cut the table in half. It's always easy to shoot 4-foot shots instead of 7 or 8 foot shots."
You knew Wimpy pretty well, didn't you?
Well, I was a teenager, but yes, I did.
Do you consider him the greatest 9-ball player of all time?
No. I consider him the greatest all-around player of all time.
All right.
Because he played all games. I mean, to be honest with you, I hate putting a name out there, but he just played everything so well, and he got the cash. I mean, but there's so many greats. I mean, for the American players, I mean, how can you deny Nick Varner? He's won a world title in 5 different forms of pool. No other player had done that. Now, Wimpy won 4 different types, but they didn't have 10 ball back then. And Wimpy was probably the most feared player to play. But, you know,
He was a bang pool player also, wasn't he?
well, he played a lot of one pocket. And the only job he ever had was when he was in the Navy for a few months, and then they let him out for a disability after, I think, 7 months, and never worked a job. You know, whenever I die, I want to go the same way he did. Wimpy died in a tank top, his boxers, and it was next to his pool table playing pool.
Was it a heart attack, a stroke?
Yeah, I don't think they did an autopsy, but anyway, I think it was. Yeah, I'm friends with the family, and Mike, who I'm real good friends with, his nephew, had found him. Mike is also the one that watched him run 500 balls on a 5x10, and Wimpy, Mike was one of the 2 people, and Wimpy quit 500 and quit on the 5x10. And he never wanted it. He never wanted any records. Great shot. Wimpy wasn't concerned about records. He wasn't concerned about trophies. He was concerned about cash.
The cash.
Nobody, even through the 60s and 70s, none of these people were worried about trying to qualify high runs.
Did you have an opportunity to travel with him at all?
No, I did not. The way that I met him, one of the ways was my aunt used to be the mayor of the town that he lived in, Elizabeth City.
Oh, no kidding.
And that's, like I said, only a few times around it was just so great.
Okay, she's got a chance to do something here with the next rack.
Well, yeah, I mean, she can shoot the 6, try to get almost straight in on the 12, draw back for the 1 ball, and have a high break shot.
She's got a chance here.
But the key thing is what she's doing right now is she's putting points on the board.
Right.
You know, she's keeping herself in the match.
Right.
No.
Just got to draw this back.
Like I said, I had a talk with her last week, and she just doesn't have any straight pull background. I know she's never played it, but boy, she's that little bit of few days that she's got some time to study the game. I think that she's spent a little time. She's a hard worker.
Nice.
This is exactly what I'm talking about now. Look at this. I mean, everybody else would have shot it the same way. She had a little triangle pattern at the end. That's why I like to teach people when you have 3 balls at the end. If they're in a triangle-shaped pattern, you're never going to go wrong.
That's the classic philosophy.
This is one of my favorite break shots. I like to shoot this ball here and hit just slightly down, not hardly any speed at all. Send the cue ball to the side rail and back out to the center where it's at now, and then you have 6 or 7 balls that are 8 balls that are free, and it's easy to pick out the next rack and you can advance.
Yeah, the mistake would be to try to massacre this shot.
Oh no.
This shot, all the work is built in to it.
If you hit this ball hard and hit between them with some force, actually the ball can come back, jump back, and scratch in the side too. What you want to do is just hit the one and go into these balls. Even if you hit in between them, either way, the cue ball should go to the side rail here, and come out to the center of the table. Unless you're going to smash them with top angles and just try to keep forcing the ball, the last thing you want to do is kill this rack.
Exactly as you say, there is a cross table side pocket scratch.
Just above center. You watch what the cue ball happens with the cue ball here. All right. Well, she
touch it English on that.
Yes, she did.
She didn't need to do that. She would have been better off coming to the center of the table.
Well, she can cut the 7 in here or play a combo.
I think the combo's not too tough. Sitting pretty natural.
Well,
and it should take her out to the 7 ball.
I think she's looking straight at the 7.
She's already proven she can cut the balls.
And 9-ball players aren't going to want to play combo. Well, she's a great player. Well, she's proven us wrong here. She's going to roll this combo in. The main thing is that she gets a shot on the 10 afterwards. Now she's going to have to shoot the 7 unless she wants to shoot the 3. That's why I figured, where's the cue ball going to end up at? She might have shot the 7. She's basically got the same angle she just had. Now the key thing is, what's going to happen to the cue ball here, Lou? I mean, it's going toward the 12.
Possible scratch on the side. She might miss the 10 ball.
Or end up on the back rail by hitting the 12th in. And look at this. Well, she had such good finesse there, good speed.
Good speed.
Kelly Fisher match went pretty fast. I don't have a final score, but Kelly advanced through that round.
Now, do you have any intel on some of the other female players that might have participated, such as, I don't know, like Iwa?
Iwa couldn't make it. I'm going to give a shout out to Lori Johns if she's out there. She wasn't feeling well, is what Dawn Hopkins told me. So get well, Lori. Wish you were here. What a great talent she was playing straight pool. And she's been playing a little bit, so she would have been a definite force there to play in here. Give me a second here. I'm looking through the program here. I've got Jana Atwell. She's from Abington, Virginia. Got Brittany Bryan. She's from Canada. Ashley Burrows, Brooklyn, New York. Bethany Sykes, Arlington, Virginia. She's part of our Streetlights Billiards Academy. She's our women's house pro there. She's really good. She just came off a second place finish at the Virginia State 9-ball tournament. We have Kia Burwell, Owensville Mills, Maryland. Nickname is Prime Time, it says. Okay. Turn in here. We have Emily Duddy from New York City. Gail Eaton. Poquoson, Virginia. I'm sorry. Born in Texas. Her nickname is Virginia Slim. Okay.
Was Allison not available?
Allison declined to play, and I didn't understand why. We got Pia Filler from Bonin, Germany. Mary Rankin Tam, Fayetteville, Georgia. She is a 2-time junior world champion. Kelly Fisher, Dumfries, England, BC Hall of Famer, 2011 World 10-ball title, 2012 World 9-ball champion.
And what about Karen Core?
No, she didn't make it either. Karen's actually a working person now, I believe somebody had said. We got Dawn Hopkins, Tenton Falls, New Jersey. Dawn also is the director of operations for the women's tournament with Peter Burrows. Glad for all her help. That's helped launch this off. We have, of course, April Larson, Bloomington, Minnesota. She is a 5 times United States Junior Ladies 9-ball champion. 5 times, just imagine that. All right, now we have Liz Taylor out of Norfolk now. She just won the ladies 9-ball championship last week. She is a proud mama of 6 children, she told me last night. Then we have Monica Webb, Atlanta, Georgia, another girl that has done very well on the Pro Tour. And that's our field, Lou.
It's a great field. Did you ever get a chance to watch, to see Dorothy Wise play?
No, I did not. I believe I met her at a banquet. I'm trying to remember. It was way back.
She used to play at a room that I played at in the Bay Area, Town and Country Billiards in Daly City, and she would come in and practice with Tugboat Whaley. And Tugboat would kind of show her the finer points of straight pool, and they would practice together.
I think she was the greatest women's player until Jean came along. Was that right?
Yes, I think so. Well, there was if you go back, there was Ruth McGinnis, who was quite an accomplished player.
That was it. Yeah, Ruth McGinnis. Okay, but
and then there was there was the female Japanese billiard player also, whose name escapes me, but she was a tremendous player.
Right. Yeah, I got to see Jean play a couple times. Boy, she had a tall bridge, and she really could put the mustard on the ball. She just ran out.
Pretty quick player too, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I mean, definitely. I don't know where she stands on the greatest women's players of the world, but if she isn't the greatest, she's in the top 2. The straight pool by far, she's right there. A few women, other women couldn't make it here. Jasmine Ocean. I mean, she's run 100 balls many times and could very well be the top woman straight pool player in the world, and she didn't make it here. Her brother was in the tournament, and he's playing wonderful. He went undefeated. He won 5 straight matches.
No kidding. Wow.
And ran 100 balls several times.
A little straight. Might even have it the wrong angle. I can't quite tell from here.
Okay, guys, Chris is back with his 12-liter soda. Do you get a 12-liter there, Chris?
Got to stay hydrated.
Oh, that's the biggest soda I've ever seen.
There's a lot of tension in the room. Got to stay hyper with the caffeine.
You're not in the bouncer business, are you?
Could be.
All right.
Well, every sport has a certain amount of drama.
Oh, yeah.
And I think with when you have a room full of colorful characters, it's inevitable that things are going to happen.
It's amazing. I've played a lot of high-stakes poker, and the guys don't have the tension that these guys do. Well, Lou, she can smell the finish line. She needs now 9 balls. There'd be no opinion of nothing needing a break shot.
You don't need to work the rack as much.
But she has to find a way to make the next ball. I felt that break shot, she should have followed it, and she just tried to smack it across.
I think she accidentally hit too close to the center of the cue ball, and it just spun like a top.
She's going to play a 3 to 4 rail safety here with the cue ball.
That is such a nice hit to hit it.
Well, she would have wanted to hit it a little harder,
but still, minimal cue ball, object ball movement.
No, April's not. She's not. I don't know. She's seasoned enough to try to see to play the 6 off the 2, or the 8. I like playing the dead balls, more than I would the combo. I really wouldn't want to shoot the 5 here, but here's the thing: how many more chances do you have? She's got to let her stroke out eventually and try to go for something.
So close.
She did. Well, you know what?
That would have been a great opportunity.
If she loses the match, she can honestly say that she did give it a go. She did not give in.
Yeah. I think on the majority of tables out there, that ball goes the way she hit it, but
she had great speed.
Great speed, just right. The ball's opened up nicely for her.
Just undercut a little bit. Okay, well, Pia's to the table. She's playing for 9. Well, she'd like to try to get this 5 ball to here because the 11 ball is dead. So she wants to shoot the 5 and just hit easy, get to the 7. Nothing crazy here. I wouldn't try to break them out.
She didn't hear you. Did not hear you.
Well, I'm glad she didn't hear me. But she definitely could have shot a different shot. Yeah, you're right. She's okay.
She has just enough balls to get out that are loose.
Well,
she's going to make it harder on
well,
herself.
she's got the 11 ball. I don't know if she even sees it. She's got a combination 4 to 11.
This close to the finish line, I don't know that she wants to even think about that. Just take the loose ones.
Well, she's got to leave 5 balls on the table to get there.
Right.
Here she got 5 more. 5 more.
she's a favorite to have something come out here favorably. Unless she's going to play specifically to the 11. Now she's going to go into them.
Yeah, but she doesn't need that many. Oh, there's it. That's it.
Game over.
That's it. Yes. She needs this ball here, and that's it. Okay. Well, it seems like she got a little looser there at the end. Both players left first match jitters.